What we'll do if your products is near to or past the best before date, just throw it to the landfill. No, actually, this kind of products has its own value and can even be a business opportunity. Greenprice sees the opportunity and have gained some development, but as a startup, it has a problem in capital management, especially in today's fierce talent war. So how should it do? Today, our topic is Greenprice, social mission help to win the talent war. Good afternoon, judges. We are Brainwave from Nanjing University, and this is our team members, Bo Chen, Xiaodi, and Hao Yu. Okay, today our presentation will be divided into 4 parts. The first part is a brief situation analysis, especially help us to know more about Greenprice, including its development, structure, and capital management. And according to our analysis, we find the key issues, including the recruitment and retention. How to solve the problem? The second part is our strategy. We hope use the first strategy, fantastic talents, to solve the problem in recruitment. And the second is our talents fantasy to help solve the problem in retention. And to better carry out our strategy, we come up with 4 implementations, including technology, timeline, impact analysis, and financial analysis. Finally, we analyzed 4 main risks and possible mitigation. Okay, let's start our first part, situation analysis. Greenprice will find the wholesale supplies for the short-dated products, and they will offer this kind of products to their consumers with lower price but quality guarantee. So this can provide some cheaper alternatives for consumers, especially those who can't stand decent living standards. And this can also reduce some waste because this kind of products will be just thrown away if they don't be sold. And in the development history, Greenprice is inspired by some European sustainable supermarkets like Approved Food, WeFood, and Surplus. They will offer some discount for their customers. And after the inspiration, they became their stars and Cheer and Arrow. At first, they targeted at some consumers with low income, but soon they find the price is still too high for those customers. So in 2018, they changed their target customer into the middle class. And after that, it opened more and more stores. And the second is about its structure, because we know if you want to start your business, you need to have an organization and employees to provide your service and products. As we can see, Alison, Terence, and Ben is the founders, and there are main 6 departments in this organization, and there are some employees, but as we can see, the structure is quite flat. And as we see in the blue pen, the full-time members is very low, it's very few. So to better support its development, it needs more talents, and the flat structure has the advantage of free communications but lack of promotion opportunity. Then, based on the structure, we can see some upstreams and downstreams in its capital management. As we can see, it has a relatively high salary, especially compared with other traditional retailers. But and it can have fewer communication barriers because of the flat structure, and because the team members are often under 22, so the communication is more smooth. But it also has some upstreams like uncertain company's future, especially it's a startup company, and the lack of promotion opportunity, lack of fine due to the performance-oriented and repetitive daily work. So this caused 2 main issues in this whole structure. The first one is lack of employees. As we have mentioned before, the full-time number can quite support the rapid development. This can mainly due to the low salary, especially compared with some occupations like bank. And because it's a small company, so the reputation is not so good in some for some undergraduates. And the second main problems is the high turnover rates, the lack of loyalty. As we can see in this picture, in 2022, the turnover rate is relatively high, and in 2023, the situation changed, but not very promising. These are all caused by the upstreams we have mentioned, the downstreams we have mentioned before. So how to solve these problems? The second part is our strategy. We have come up with two main strategies to solve this problem. The first issue, lack of talents, we hope to use fantastic talents to use social responsibility and mission to attract more talents. It will include three main contents: accurate target, accurate contents, and accurate channels. And the second, for the problem of lack of loyalty, we hope use talents fantasy to use a system to improve employees' loyalty and lower the turnover rates. We will establish a metric structure, provide diverse review and immediate feedback, build explicit promotion system, and make employees prepared for the future. The details, our team members, Xiaolin and Hao, will introduce.
Okay, so as before mentioned, the first step is to attract the fantastic talents. And our first strategy is accurate target. And the slogan of Green Price is stop waste and offer best price. And there are 4 missions of Green Price. And we hope our potential employee could fully understand those missions and are willing to act. So according to a survey we've seen before, there are over a half of the people will pay attention to ESG related concept, and more than a half among them is young people. And we hope our employee have some characteristics such as young, interested in ESG, and willing to participate in public benefit activities. And they should have high demand for self-achievement and dignity. And our second strategy is accurate content. So how to reach our potential employees accurately? We should have some diversified content and some related approaches. So the first content is about the company's social mission, and this should include the brand's philosophy and image. For example, the sustainability and alleviate poverty and reduce the food waste. And second is about the brand's campaign. The brand has organized a lot of campaign and activities, for example, the donation, education, and advertisement. And we should let those activities be known by our potential employees. And then it's about the company's advantages. For example, they will change into metrics, structure, and they have diverse review and huge promotion potential, and the company will have a bright future. And for the approaches, we find in a survey before that the short video and advertisement are favored by consumers about the ESG-related products. And we hope to do some context marketing to close the distance with our potential employees. For example, we can conduct some vivid videos to show our products and to show where the margin flows. For example, the margin flows into the activities to make less food waste and alleviate poverty. And this can make our company more attractive and illustrate our responsibility. And the second and next strategy is accurate channel. And for offline channel, we can do from 2 parts, the physical store and school and community. For physical store, we should consider our site selections seriously to attract more potential employees. And we also should do some good store design to illustrate our company is well organized and management. And for service, we hope our salesmen should be proficient, friendly, and enthusiastic to illustrate our well-training system and its attitude, which is happy about the work. And for school and community, because our target potential employee is young and graduate student, so we can hold some lectures and advertisement to advertise our company. And for online channel, we emphasize the AI empowering because we think we can labeling our potential employees some labels. For example, the ESG, public benefit, sustainability, and green lifestyle. And we should collaborate with other platforms, for example, Redbook, YouTube, and Instagram, to identify other users and to recognize our potential employees. And we hope to make our potential employees aware of our company and then appeal to us and then act to join us.
Okay, now let's come to our next strategy, talents fantasy, which means we want to retain the young talents we have already recruited. So we want to upgrade the whole system from work to review, to promote, and to develop. First, let's pay attention to the work. We've noticed that the green prize now have a structure, which means like a straight line structure. The whole talents will be divided into 5 departments, and the people in the 5 departments, they work independently. So we want to turn that structure into a matrix structure. That means we can select employees from different departments to form a team, and the team can complete different programs based on the demands of the programs. For example, maybe we can have some charity project. Maybe we want to expand the overseas market, and maybe want to promote some high-end cosmetics. So we will, based on our demands, to select our employees to complete the program. So we think the change in the structure can make the structure more feasible, so our employees can experience different programs and work with different people. So it can solve the problems which they say about is the work is routine and repetitive. Then let's come to the review part. We want to provide our employees with device reviews and immediate feedback. We noticed that the Green Prize already have a mobile app, so we want to, based on the mobile app, and open an account for our employee. So their work data will be connected to the app, and the comments from the consumers will also be connected to the app. So we can see through the app, the employee can see how many sales they have done in these days, and they can also press the button to compare with others. So which can encourage them to work harder. And they can also see by the sales they make today, how many food waste and carbon emissions they have reduced. So it can give them a link to the mission of the company and make them feel what they have done is meaningful. And then they can also see how many likes they gain from the consumers, because the consumers can also buy the goods in the mobile, so they can give likes for the help from the staff. So it can make them feel that they are helpful to the consumers, so they can find the satisfaction, meaning, and impact of the work. Now let's come to the promote part. We see that the Green Prize haven't got an explicit promotion system, so we want to build such a promotion system. We can divide the workers in the company into 2 groups. The group A is in-stores groups, which includes store fulfillment team and retail staff, because they work in stores and they make a direct connection to the consumers. And the group B includes such as sourcing team and the warehouse team and marketing team, because they don't have direct connections with the consumers. They work behind the stage. And for Group A, we design such a promotion system from A4 to A1. A4 is ordinary employees, and A3 is manager for 1 store, and A2 is directors for 1 region. Then A1 is leader for the whole team. So The group B is similar. B4 is ordinary employees, and B3 is managers for maybe one business, and B2 is director for one team. For example, maybe director for the sourcing team, and B1 is also leader for the whole team. So through this promotion system, we can give clear career paths for our employees, and we can also encourage competitions between, for example, different businesses, different stores, different regions, different teams to help them to work harder. And finally, about the develop part, we want to make employees prepared for the future. On the one hand, we want the employees themselves are prepared for the future. We want to give them more integrated training system. Before working, we want them to master skills for their own department, and through the programs we have mentioned in the work part, we want they also can learn some skills about other business, and we also want to review their work and give them feedback non-regularly so they can know what they have already done and how much they have progressed. And also we want they be confident about the future of the company. Before working, we want to tell them about our mission of sustainability, and in the program, we want they to learn the structure, the business of our company. And now regularly, we will disclose the performance of our company to them, so they will be confident about the future of our company.
Okay, thank you, Haoyu and Xiaodi. And next comes to the implementation part. Okay, and we want to boost synergy and we want to boost synergy during the implementation of our strategy. Thus, we come up with the 3S strategy. And first, in standardization part, we want to build an assessment system to product and to the wholesalers. And also, we want to standardize the employee training system with differentiated by market segment and function segment. And also, the system is uniform and interactive to employees. And in the smart part, we think that in the whole value chain of the green price, automated order, procurement monitoring, inventory control, expiry warning, etc., can be integrated into supplier, warehouse, logistics, and consumers with the support of AI system, cloud computing, big data, and IoT system. And thus, with the standardization and the smart, green price can achieve scale economy in 5 dimensions: supply chain efficiency, product quality, customer attraction, and lower inventory waste and lower price. With by achieving stock turnover, in the meantime, we also increase the revenue and decrease the cost. Yeah, and here is our execution timeline with the 3 strategies that we have put forward. The fantastic talents will last to 2025, and we also want to continuously optimize our employee satisfaction. Thus, talents fantasy will last to 2027, and 3S will from 2025 to 2027 with different missions. We want to attract more suitable talents, retain more staff, and in the meantime, increase the standardization and the efficiency of the whole organization. We think that our strategy can greatly impact green price in 3 aspects: to talents, to green price itself, and to the whole society, with better attraction and retention to talents, with greater efficiency and profitability, and more educated customers and willing to participate wholesalers. We think that our strategy can achieve sustainable development. And here is our financial analysis. We think that the turnover rate will decrease 25% in 2027, and the tech upgrade R&D will take account of the most of the cost with 45%. And the revenue will increase greatly, about 30% to green price. And here is our risk and mitigation part. And through all the risks that our strategy may face, we prioritize the 4 strategies that are urgent for green price to solve: high turnover rate, lack of funds, and under-standardized management and digital failure, with all mitigations listed here. And that is whole of our presentation. Hope green price can achieve sustainable development and decrease the turnover rate successfully by implementing our strategies. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Nanjing University. Now the judges may start asking questions as the 15 minutes Q&A session is now open.
So I had two specific and possibly connected questions. So your attraction strategy seems to be focused on young people. What about people who are not young?
Well, I think our main potential employee is young people because they have potential and they're relatively cheap compared to those people who is full experienced. But we think we could also recruit some old people who have the experience because they should be the leader in the team and they should be the leader in the position to lead the company's development.
I want to explain further about this question. We have explained why we choose young employees as our target, but for the person who are not young, we still want to attract them by our social missions, like we have mentioned before, because green price can have a good impact in social because they can reduce waste and can offer some cheaper alternatives for some poor people. This impact can make our employees have a meaningful experience. So we hope to use this kind of advantages to attract more employees. But in our content, in our fantastic talents strategy parts, we have a strategy like accurate contents. We hope to use this advantage, but more vividly picked to attract them. Yeah.
Thank you. And having attracted and hired all these young people, it looks like you have a very hierarchical promotion system. Will that work for the young people?
Okay, about our promotion system, we can see that now people say their career path is not clear and the structure is flat. So they may be, because we are targeted at more young people and they want to challenge themselves. They want to do some new things and to grow more quickly. So we want to design a promotion system. They can know that they are, how they can grow in their career path. So, and we think our promotion system is explicit, so they can know what they need to do to grow and develop themselves.
I want to explain further because you know the organization structure design is just the balance, because if the layers is too many, the layers too many, they think it's too hierarchy and the communication is inconvenient. But if it's just too flat, they can't see the future because there are no promotion opportunity. So we design the structure just for its previous one, because green price problem now is just its structure is too flat. So we think this can change the situation. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
We have been doing all the marketing work with our social media. So how is your advertisement or content differentiate from our original marketing work doing right now? This is the first question. How can you measure the conversion rate of your content in the recruitment?
I think the content we differentiate from others is the context marketing. And we think to create a vivid or lively content or scenario that is closely related to our company. For example, we can see the cash flow to where is the cash flow flowing to. For example, for some activities such as alleviating the poverty or just reducing the food cost, we can vividly know that from the video. Yeah, I think this is the one point that we differentiate from others.
I mean, right now, we have already doing this kind of stuff to our general customers in our social media. So what's the difference between yours newly created content versus our current ones?
We think the most important thing is to build a connection between what you do and what you can gain. So we want to first, our content is vivid. We will use some short videos to make some contents. And the second is our scenario is very near to our employees. For example, we can make the contents. If you choose our occupation, what you can do and what you can do can have what you do will have what kind of impacts, like the food waste reduction. Maybe we can make a video like the landfill, and if you choose our occupation, the landfill will just go down, like this kind of very vivid description to attract them, to make more connection to them. So the connection is more important.
Yeah, to boost the further self-achievement feeling of the staffs, we can also integrate the data panel into the apps that we designed for the staff in Green Price, such as what do you do to contribute to the carbon emission, what did you do to contribute to the lower food waste, etc., to boost their energy to their career path. Yes.
And the second question is about the rate that
The conversion rates.
Conversion rate. So I think we can conduct a survey to our new employees and to find which way they come to our company. For example, if they see our advertisement or online or offline, and we should conduct those survey and then balance the cost between those advertisement and the number that truly led them into our company.
Yes, and we have mentioned this in our accurate channel because our position is social mission, and in our accurate channel, especially in the online channel, we have mentioned we want to make advertisements, especially to the young people with the label of pay attention to ESG concepts, and we can make more accurate advertisement to improve the conversion rates. Yes.
You talked in the 3S strategy, there was the middle portion that focused a lot on technology implementation and how you can drive. Yeah, that'd be great to see that. To drive greater efficiency. Yes, thank you. Yeah. You mentioned logistics, warehouse, great. What would you prioritize? Because, I mean, we're thinking about cost, right? What would you prioritize in this space? So would that reduce turnover, or is the aim is to maintain the headcount and maybe replace headcount? What is the intention here?
Yeah, and why we put forward the 3S strategy, because that the many staffs in Green Price may face the problem of the redundant work, and they do not have so much interest. Thus, we want to utilize the digital system to reduce such kind of work, and in the same time to boost the revenue and lower the cost. And as for the prioritization, we think that we need to first focus on the consumer side, because that is the stream that we can gain over revenue. And because the 3S strategy is implemented from the 2025 to the 2027, and so thus we can first concentrate on the consumer side, and later to put our other resources to these three other sides to build a whole ecosystem of the digitalization. Yeah.
So, if you were a major consultancy working for our bank, the answer is normally 25%, either 25% efficiency in cost or 25% reduction. You talked about a 25% reduction in attrition. How did you get to that conclusion?
To put, Yeah, we have drew this page to lower the turnover rate to the 40% to the 15%, which is generated from the last graph of the turnover rate of each department. And we can see that in the warehouse department, the turnover rate is around 15 to 20, and thus we can why the warehouse can have the lowest turnover rate. We think that it is because the warehouse system can already has some digitalization and without too much manual work, and thus through the digitalization through the whole ecosystem, we can think that all the departments can achieve a ratio to the same to the similar stage as the warehouse department.
You have mentioned you would like to introduce more competition between teams, especially for the B group of employees. So how can you prevent the hatred among them when they are competing with each other?
Okay, I think it is very interesting questions. So first I want to explain why we want to introduce the competition, because the talents in our teams say they want more challenge because they are young people. So we want to introduce the competition. But about the hatred between them, we think, for example, we can say, we can take the A group, for example. In the A3 group, we lead a manager for one store. So one store is a group. And then we have a director for one region. So one region is also a group. So between the teams in one region, they are competitors for each other, but they are also a team for the region. So they have the main objective for the region. That means maybe they are competing for each other, but if they all work harder, the whole result of their region may be more higher, and which is also a good result for them. So we think the competition, so we think the system we design can combine the collaboration and the competition, so which can achieve a better result. That is my answer.
In coming up with your conclusions, what kind of data would you wish that you'd had that you didn't have?
May I ask for a clarification? What we don't have?
Yes, so you're given information in the case study, you're able to research other material that's publicly available, but if you were making these kind of recommendations, what information was missing for you as a team?
You mean what information we have missed if we give this structure, or?
So if you're a professional consultancy, you have access to all sorts of information. You go away and you come up with recommendations. Was there anything that was missing that would have been helpful for you in making your recommendations today?
Oh.
Yeah, thank you for your insights. And what the documentation provide us, I think that it is missing some important figures, and such as the financial forecast page, because we cannot get the specific number of what is the status quo of the green price and the extra benefit that our strategy can generate. And thus we cannot put a clear prioritization of our whole strategy. And that is one main point. And another is about Xiaodi's channel. We may need a survey to help us to know about what is the most efficient part for the recruitment and attraction of the employers. Yeah, and with that data, we think that we can better design our channel strategy.
Thank you.
I'd like to ask, if you could explain this competition element. So Terence mentioned, how do you account for the human element if there was conflict? Have you thought through calibration options when you implement this? So, for example, if the competition is creating more conflict than necessary, how do you calibrate that? You have a very good organizational matrix and structure, but how do you calibrate when you encounter problems? You talked about risk and mitigation, for example. How do you calibrate when you encounter problems when it comes to conflict, when it comes to people saying it's too many layers, for example?
Okay, about such conflicts, maybe people may say there are too many leaders, but we think that in such scenarios, maybe they won't have such worries because...
Thank you, Nanjing University. Your Q&A session has come to an end. Thank you for outstanding presentation. You may now return to the seat.